it didn't have the Hyundai badge, it would be easy to mistake the Tucson for a luxury crossover that would fit in with Audi and Lexus's lot, but it falls short on technology. Review and score updated to reflect the recent software update that adds Android Auto and Apple CarPlay to the Tucson with navigation. Station wagons, or estates, and tourings for those on the eastern side of the Atlantic, were once a staple for the American car buyer. It was the ultimate family vehicle that was comfortable with tons of space. Americans ditched the station wagon for the minivan and later the sport utility vehicle. The last decade paved way for a new type of vehicle, the crossover utility vehicle. While it has a fancy new name, the CUV is the result of car buyers circling back to the station wagon, regardless of whether they'd admit it. Theoretically, the CUV combines the tall seating position of a sport utility vehicle with the comfort, drivability, and fuel economy of a car. In reality, it's a hatchback or station wagon with extra ground clearance. Regardless of what you call it, Hyundai has an all-new Tucson compact CUV that looks simple but quite upscale. Hyundai sent me a gorgeous Caribbean Blue 2016 Tucson Limited AWD, loaded with the ultimate package that retails for $34,945, £30. $930 for the similarly equipped Tucson Premium SE 1.6 TGDI petrol 4WD DCT automatic or $43,490 for the Tucson Highlander 1.6 TGDI petrol AWD, to test for a week. I dig the Tucson's new look. The front end has a mean grin to it, though it's not too aggressive. The car has an understated look that is more typical of luxury cars than the mainstream ones it competes with. Hyundai also reserved the use of chrome to some parts of the grille and door handles, which I appreciate deeply. I despise chrome accents on cars. The typical Bluetooth audio streaming that relies on SBC requires the audio source to be decoded, re-encoded to SBC, sent to the receiver, then decoded again, which results in awful sound quality that rivals SiriusXM for poor compression and low bit rates. Navigation in the Tucson works without any surprises. You can input addresses or search POIs. The maps aren't as fancy and 3D as luxury vehicles, but it all does the job. I will commend Hyundai for not employing safety lockouts that prevent using the navigation functions when the car is moving. There's a disclaimer that pops up every time the car starts that asks you to agree, but it goes away after a short amount of time. SiriusXM NAV traffic is supported in the US and requires a $3.99 per month fee, while international versions of the car use radio data via the traffic message channel. I'm not fond of SiriusXM NAV traffic at all. The subscription is too much to pay for something that's offered for free on my smartphone that's always with me. There's also the issue in which I can spot road traffic and SiriusXM will not report anything. Bluetooth is available for smartphone pairing. I didn't encounter any issues with my Nexus 6 or iPhone 6s when trying to pair. Both devices paired, downloaded contacts and call history without any issues. There isn't support for in-car text messaging, but you're better off using Siri or Google Voice Recognition for hands-free text replies. Voice commands are available, but the system is slow to comprehend, inaccurate and doesn't work very well, like most offline, automotive voice recognition systems. I've yet to experience in-car voice recognition that can rival Siri or Google Now, but the Tucson doesn't support Apple CarPlay or Android Auto yet. Andorra connectivity is available for Android and iPhones. Android relies on Bluetooth audio streaming, while iOS requires a wired USB connection. Shockingly, Pandora via Bluetooth with my Nexus 6 sounded just as rich as the iPhone 6s's wired connection. And a significant quality upgrade compared to the AVN 4.0 based system in the Kia Optima and Hyundai Sonata, which had audible compression artifacts and muddy bass. Hyundai has not confirmed what changed with display audio to drastically improve the audio quality. I predict Hyundai upgraded the Bluetooth stack used in display audio to support the AAC audio codec. Your typical advanced audio distribution profile audio implementation only requires support for low-complexity sub-encoding, which focuses on bandwidth efficiency and not sound quality. A 2DP supports additional codecs, like MP3 and AAC, but infotainment systems don't typically support receiving the optional codecs. Theoretically, if the receiver supports MP3 or AAC decoding, then there's virtually no audio quality difference between wired and wireless connections. Pandora streams are encoded in AAC at bitrates up to 192 kbps, so if it can pass the raw AAC signal to the car and let the infotainment system decode it, audio quality is limited to the digital analog converters in the car.